she was specifically named as one deserving of recognition from her fellow FRG members and the FRG leadership. And we sincerely hope she will continue to volunteer as she already has. With sincere appreciation on behalf of Charlie Company, 1st and 168 Aviation Regiment GSAB, we'd like to present a small token of appreciation to Ms. Katy Claiborne. One of the individuals that we would like to have honored this evening is unable to be with us due to illness, and that was Ms. Carol St. Aubin. Ms. St. Aubin has turned over her duties as FRG leader to Ms. Ramirez, and we want to recognize her and her efforts over the past 2 years in support of the soldiers and families of Charlie Company. Carol was a godsend to me as a commander during a period when the FRG participation was at an all-time low, and we were still well over a year away from a looming deployment. She had an outstanding vision of how she wanted to support and build the Family Readiness Group, and she set about moving toward that goal with tremendous energy. She put together numerous events and support events during IDTs. Early on, as is often true of FRGs, participation is low when soldiers are at home, but she knew that once deployed, that organization would become important to everyone. Carol St. Aubin was an integral part of the success of the unit's preparation and mobilization, demonstrating a tremendous level of service in the midst of her own personal medical setbacks. Ms. St. Aubin has provided innumerable hours of dedicated service to our soldiers and their families to ensure their welfare. Truly demonstrating genuine care and devotion to the unit family, she will be missed in this role. Now we will present Ms. St. Aubin the California Commendation Medal, which will be accepted on her behalf by Ms. Elizabeth Hughes.
Attention to orders.
Probably tonight.
The California Commendation Medal is presented to Ms. Carol St. Aubin for exceptionally meritorious service as a unit Family Readiness Group leader from 4 March 2012 to 3 May 2014. Ms. Carol St. Aubin's commitment and dedication to the welfare and support of the families and soldiers of Charlie Company was none other than outstanding. She was the focal point of the Family Readiness Program that is a model that other units should strive for. She has been counted on by the command and soldiers alike. She's achieved huge success through her tireless efforts, sustained volunteerism, and selfless service. She's a paramount example of the reason why our soldiers make the sacrifice they do. Her actions bring great credit upon herself, Charlie Company, 1st of the 168 Aviation Regiment, 3rd of the 140th Aviation Battalion, and the California Army National Guard.
Was unable to be here this evening, but she wrote an open letter to all the attendees tonight and asked if I would read it on her behalf. Good evening, everyone. Please forgive me for being unable to attend this event. First, I would like to warmly welcome home our dear soldiers. We are very proud of you and your accomplishments, and it is wonderful to have our families complete again. I would like to thank Colonel Holliday, Major Garcia, Major Lovett, Captain Smentek, and Captain Sandin for their support of our FRG. I also thank Elizabeth Hughes and Katy Claiborne for their dedication to our Family Readiness Group. Their hard work on the functioning details of the FRG have been incredible. I would also like to thank the special ladies that have helped to organize and contribute to the many events we held during the deployment. Yes, dear soldiers, we tried to keep the fun in the FRG while you were away. In addition, I'd like to thank Sergeant First Class Chrisman and Staff Sergeant Ramirez for organizing the rear detachment soldiers that assisted our FRG. I was a grateful recipient of their assistance while clearing out my garage and transporting toys. We can actually put our car in our garage now that all of the toys are stored at the armory. Finally, I'd like to thank and welcome Moana Ramirez, who has graciously volunteered to take over the position as our new FRG leader. I look forward to working with her on upcoming FRG events. Thank you all for your kindness and support. Task Force Medevac is truly a family that cares for one another. You each have a heart of gold. Warmly, Carol Jean St. Aubin.
So that Carol knows and you're my witnesses, she provided us all before we left our hearts of gold. I carried it with me. Okay. It's dusty in here. Over the past year, Miss Elizabeth Hughes willingly volunteered to assist the Charlie Company 1st and 166 Aviation Regiment GSAB Family Readiness Group as the group coordinator. Having been an FRG volunteer for many years, Ms. Hughes voluntarily took over the reins during the deployment to help facilitate the group leadership when the unit FRG leader was indisposed due to medical issues. This occurred during a critical point in the mobilization, and Ms. Hughes became a key piece that held everything together. Ms. Hughes worked tirelessly to facilitate communication between the unit and the FRG, making sure families were informed of critical updates and upcoming events. She assisted in planning and organizing functions, as well as facilitated conference calls with the deployed unit. Elizabeth facilitated and coordinated care package shipment from different organizations to help make the unit more comfortable while forward deployed. Elizabeth also created a Facebook coordination page to help put out critical information and available support programs. On more than one occasion, Ms. Hughes helped facilitate information essential to different family emergency situations, bridging the gap between the families and the unit. Elizabeth's vital efforts in this regard helped comfort unit leadership, knowing that someone was helping and facilitating on that end. Ms. Hughes was an integral part to the success of the unit's ability to focus on the mission while deployed. Elizabeth formed an essential bridge between the company and the families and worked selflessly and diligently to make sure that information was disseminated. Her volunteerism and support throughout the last 2 years has been an integral part of the Charlie Company family. She has stepped down from her leadership role within the FRG, and her leadership will be missed. Ms. Hughes, please come forward.
Attention to orders. The California Commendation Medal is presented to Miss Elizabeth Hughes for exceptionally meritorious service as the Family Readiness Group Coordinator from 18 October 2013 to 3 May 2014. Miss Elizabeth Hughes' commitment to dedication and the welfare and support of our families and soldiers of Charlie Company was none other than outstanding. She has She has been counted on by the command and soldiers alike and has achieved tremendous success through her tireless efforts, sustained volunteerism, and selfless service. She is a paramount example of reason why our soldiers make the sacrifice they do. Her action brings great credit upon herself, Charlie Company 1st of the 168, 3rd of the 140th Aviation Battalion, and the California Army National Guard.
As an elite community within